Hi, and thank you for joining us today for this episode in our Zoom series with VCC clinicians. Today, our guest is Dr. Ryan Rich, optometrist and VCC optometry director. So today, Dr. Rich will be talking about what optometry is, where you can get it, and a lot of the information you might be interested in. So let's start with what is optometry and why is it important for me to get those kind of appointments in?
That's a really good question, and actually a point of confusion in the general public. So, when somebody has an eye issue, they say to themselves, "Do I need to go see an ophthalmologist? Do I need to see an optometrist?" Very common question. Optometry essentially are primary eye health providers. So, if you have an eye issue, whether it's with your vision or there's something hurting in your eye or anything at all, you can go see an optometrist. And there's a lot of things that are outside of our scope. But the good news is if you need to go see a specialist or if you need surgery, we can get you to that subspecialist or that ophthalmologist if necessary. But essentially, you don't have to think about it. You have a problem, you go see an optometrist, they'll get you to where you need to go.
And I guess, why do I want to go to an optometrist? Do I have to be in pain or have an issue with my eyes? Or can I go more regularly than that?
That's a really good question. In fact, this is another common misconception. People think if they have good vision, they assume they have good eye health too. And sometimes that is the case, but oftentimes it's not. In fact, you can have perfect 20/20 vision and not even realize that you have a disease in the eye that's preventable. So the key is prevention. So if you don't have any eye issues, still go get your eyes checked. I would say the biggest example would be glaucoma. That's a very common disease. It affects your peripheral vision, your outside vision. Um, by the time you realize that you've lost some of your peripheral vision, it's way too late. Whereas we can pick up on any glaucoma damage long before you would notice. So that's just one example of why prevention is the key.
So in that case, when should I start going? And this is kind of a two-parter in regards to glaucoma that you mentioned. Um, is it an older disease or can younger people also suffer from it?
In general, I would say that it affects more people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. But that doesn't mean it can't happen earlier on. In fact, some people are actually born with glaucoma, and that's usually caught right away. It is possible for young kids to be diagnosed with glaucoma too, but very rare.
Okay.
But it generally does affect people much older. But if you want to know when you should go get your eye exam, yes. I agree with the American Optometric Association when they say their first eye exam should be around age 6 months. We're not going to get much out of that 6-month-old, but we can do a lot of objective testing, meaning we don't require a response from that patient. But yeah, around 6 months. And then the next one should be right around 3 years of age. And then the third one should be just before starting first grade. So right around age 5-ish. And then every 1 to 2 years after that, depending on what your optometrist says. And by the way, this is just recommendations for people who don't have any underlying conditions like hypertension or diabetes. This is just, you're completely healthy. This is when you should start having your eye examined.
Then when I become an adult, is there a regular scheduled routine that you suggest for eye exams, annual, anything like that?
It really is tailored to the particular patient and what underlying conditions they have. But
Okay.
if they completely healthy, they have no underlying conditions, usually every 1 to 2 years is what I recommend for eye exams. I do have patients that I see every 3 months because they do have underlying conditions, but no, in general, 1 to 2 years.
And let's say I'm a parent with a young child who doesn't really express themselves in how they see. They're not sure how that works. Are there any indicators for my student or my young child that might tell me I should take them in and get their eyes checked?
Yeah, great question. In fact, when you're a young kid, you kind of accept the world that you're presented. So if you have blurry vision, you don't know you have blurry vision until you go get your eye examined. Um, so yeah, a biggest indicator I would say is squinting. So if the parent sees your kid squinting, whether they're looking up close or far away, that's a good indicator. Hey, go get it checked out.
Might be my own indicator in the future here.
Come and see me.
So can you tell me where and when I can get these services?
Yeah, well, currently at Vista Community Clinic, we have 3 locations that have optometry services and hopefully more in the future. But right now, Vail Terrace location, full time, Monday through Friday, 1 Saturday a month as well. Our Grapevine location, Monday through Friday, every day. And then currently our Horn location, Mondays and Thursdays.
And does that include any extended evening hours?
Oh, yes, good question too. Yes, so on Tuesdays, we have extended evening hours up to 7 p.m., I believe.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, 7 p.m. And then Tuesdays at our Valterra's location, we're open until 6:30.
Oh, great. And as far as making an appointment goes, do you have a lot of availability? Should I plan ahead?
In general, we're pretty popular. So I would say, you can probably get an eye exam within a couple of weeks if you call and make an appointment. And that's just for a routine eye exam. If you have an acute issue, if you have pink eye, if your eye is hurting, we will see you that same day. Someone will triage you when you call. So don't worry about it. If they say the next appointment is 2 weeks, say, no, I have a problem now. We'll get you in.
Great advice. Okay, so I know there's a lot to know about the eyes and so much that we didn't cover. So I wanted to open the floor to you and ask you if I didn't cover anything or if there's any other information that you think patients should know about optometry and what we do here.
Yeah, sure. I just want to kind of circle back to what I was saying from the beginning. Prevention is really the key here. I just have too many patients where they come in and see me because they've noticed that their vision has been blurry for the past 4 months and they're just getting around to getting it checked out. And there's so many diseases out there where glasses won't help you, contacts won't help you. It's something where the biggest example would be diabetes. Damage due to diabetes, it starts on slow. So, I mean, we can kind of catch it if you can come in and get your preventive eye exam. But if you notice vision loss due to damage due to diabetes, oftentimes it's too late. So again, preventative eye exams, that's my main point there.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've got me to make my own appointment after
Good.
all that. Let's get in early before it's too late. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I
Thanks
do
for having me.
appreciate it. For patients that are looking to make an optometry appointment, you can call or text 844-308-5003. You can also go online and check out Dr. Rich, our optometry services, or our locations and everything else we offer at www.vcc.org. And again, thank you, Dr. Rich. I hope you have a great day checking those eyes. And we'll
Absolutely. You
talk
too.
again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
You too.